don't really catch much of notice. Nothing important.
I didn't think I would. Just wanted to be there for moral support, and I'll go ahead and tell the two. There's and fitting along with security, there's regular buzzing support. While doing some surveillance of my own, a spirit came by. I completely obliterated. It had no time to react. Had no time to even note who I am or report it to anyone, but its death would have been missed. And, well, not death so much as being... It's important. It's not important. What matters is that there will be spirits who will fly out as far as the flight school, and that will have to be taken into consideration when we try to infiltrate into the building.
Good to know.
Coyote will nod and shrug.
How cheery were the people inside for you, Twitch?
Oh, it's pretty fun. Learning a lot. And they all have that perfect horizon smile.
Coyote will visibly grimace.
You know, our Johnson did not have a perfectly calm and cool composure at all. I feel as if I had been cheated somehow.
For reals. And with that, Coyote will look at Twitch and said, hey, may I see your comm link for a second? I got a present for you.
Twitch will hand over her disposable.
And with that, Coyote will link up the Kanmushi drone as well as what is the name of it? The one that can create a Wi-Fi link. It finds a wire. But anyway, he'll put those two drones on there. It is called a micro tapper bug. And he'll say, here you go, to take with you whenever you feel it's the best moment. And he'll hand all three back to Twitch.
Maybe tomorrow I'll get lost on the way to the bathroom.
Corsair looks at kind of confused. It's not that far of a distance. Couldn't you pilot the thing yourself?
It depends. How far out did you say those spirits were and that type of thing? I don't know exactly how far you went in.
A watching spirit outside is going to stick close to the building. It's going to do as it's ordered to do, which is possibly not observe you in a van on PCC terrain, because it wouldn't even be able to see in the vehicle where you'd be, for example. So long as you're not on the extraterritorial ground, it's possible that you could still attract attention from corp security, but all they'd be really doing is harassing you anyway if you weren't broadcasting your sin. So if you have good enough reach, I don't see why you couldn't try to canvass out a location where you could park the vehicle and steer the drone. Wheelman. Corsair shrugs. This is not like his field of expertise. He was asking a question because he didn't know.
No, I mean, Coyote's response was just that he misunderstood what Tutse was saying about the spirits. He thought they were like all over the place and that he wouldn't be able to sit around.
There was one that came by after I lingered outside the building for a half hour. In that regard, Astral Security is pretty light because the spirit that actually buzzed by on the... You could say it's a rent-a-spirit. Not high quality, that one.
All right. Well, in that case, Coyote will take back the the drone and stuff, and he'll wipe it because it's been connected to that stupid comm link, and then he's gonna reprogram it to go with his internal comm link, and he's going to give the autosofts the covert or whatever applies, the maneuver instructions to get near that elevator if released, and to give everyone a visual of what's going on if possible. And that's a subject. Coyote might say, for this first thing, maybe we should just have it be on radio silence.
Yes, I certainly wouldn't want to accept any transmissions from it while it's inside the building, because of being inside the building.
Right. I mean, they probably have scanners of some sort, and if not, whatever.
Crimson is now deep in thought into the secrets and mysteries of the universe.
Oh no! What I was thinking is that if it's not going to be reporting the same thing that happened with I mean, he's paranoid about getting a virus at this point. Coyote is. So I guess what he's going to do is he'll just.
Of course, I mean, again, my character doesn't know the ins and outs. I haven't bothered to look at those either myself. I've naturally assumed, at least my character does, and I guess I do too, that your character would be the better controller of your drone than having Twitch having it flutter out herself, because it's Coyote's drone.
Yeah, it's actually funny, I think, because Coyote's stealth rating is so piss poor that the drone is better at stealthily moving around with autosofts than Coyote could ever pilot it. So in that case, it doesn't matter. But I think Coyote, what he's going to do, is going to leave the old operating system on that thing, and he's just, when he comes back to check it, he will check it with his disposable comm link. So if anything has happened to it, it won't affect his internal comm link.
Because an internal comm link is something you do not want compromised.
Right. Now, Crimson, you say these drones are better at stealth without you, but what I've seen...
Well, let's just say the covert ops program I have for them is a 3 rating, and the piloting is 3. There'll probably be a -1 on each of those because response time will go down. But, I mean, with all the things running, what is my stealth skill? I think it's like 1. I mean, like nothing in it, and you just...
Yeah, you'd be taking minuses to any kind of infiltration thing with that.
Yeah, I can't even find what the skill is called.
Infiltration.
Oh, infiltration. Okay, yeah. And I think it's... Yeah, I have a 0 in it. Actually, I have a 3, so I guess that's something. But yeah, it would be definitely worse than the Kanmushi on its own, I think.
That said, you can always turn the Kenmushi's wireless off before you release it and tell it to do whatever. But that said, I do need the details of essentially what you're doing. It's currently 6 p.m. on the 12th.
I don't think this is something Coyote wanted to attempt to do after Twitch's classes. I think what the goal is for him to maybe play around with that while, or maybe just when Twitch was going in for her class.
Right.
You can wait.
Yeah, I was just saying, right. My whole thing was that Twitch would just kind of let the Kenmushi fall out of her pocket while she was lost looking for the bathroom. And since we have a pretty decent floor plan after all the pictures Twitch took with her camera or recorded, then the Kenmushi should be able to find that elevator and just keep eyes on it. It was very simple. Just watch and see if that wall moves or something.
Say that happens. Say that you order the Kenmushi and you have Twitch take it in with her, and then the Kenmushi escapes and it begins watching the elevator. How does the drone exfiltrate the building?
Well, is there a bathroom in the place? I'm assuming it can wait until around class time and try to get into a bathroom stall and hide under the toilet or whatever they've gotten there and wait for Twitch to come in the next day.
Well, to do that, it'd be passing through closed doors. Is it like just going to be waiting at doors for people to open doors for it, or?
Can it not fit through the gap under the door?
That's what I was going to say, because it is very small. I mean, it's like, well, I won't say the S word. It's like, cricket size.
Let me check which one that is.
I mean, it's a micro drone, I think. Maybe, is it a nano or a micro?
It's the smallest version. It's the smallest type. That said, most of the doors and whatnot are going to be fairly tightly sealed. I mean, it is still a corporate office. It's something that, even if it's just sort of day-to-day stuff, they keep their places secured. So the seals on the door are pretty tight. Like some doors, like the bathroom door itself, may be a little bit looser or something, and there may be some doors that can squeeze through, but not every single door, especially not the doors into and out of the foyer itself.
The alternative is for it to wait until a certain programmed time and then fly out itself whenever the front doors are open, like say as Twitch's class is letting out Crimson.
Yeah, well, that was the plan. They would wait for a certain time, and you would meet with her somewhere. I mean, I think that the less movement, like if I don't know what the floor plan of this place is, but if she can get like right near where that elevator is, like on the other side of the door, or maybe, a hallway away, it seems like it'd be easier for the Kenmushi to get to and from.
I went ahead and opened up the map. You can drag a token and whatnot, or just even load up the map and see how everything's set up. The only thing actually drawn is the foyer itself, and once you have the map loaded, I can indicate where the elevator is.
Okay, yeah, I've got my token sitting there next to the elf businesswoman.
Where that is, there should be two clickable things. There should be the stairs itself, and then there should be just that thin strip that I'm pointing directly at, that you're just south of, is the actual door to the elevator, as far as you can tell, or as far as everyone else can tell.
So it's actually in the foyer, is what you're saying?
Yeah, the elevator itself is in the foyer, and where you're standing is a sort of a dead spot of cameras. Which would have told you that at some point.
Yep.
All right, so then, okay, now I get it. Okay, yeah, so it'd be a lot easier just to send the Kenmushi in as Grimith said, and just walk it in there, and it can just sit on this wall, where Coyote is, and watch, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead and remove your token for the time being. So go ahead and make me both a stealth roll and a perception roll for the Kenmushi. And if there's any other drones you want to stick on that wall, I think the Kenmushi's the only one that's really good at it, though.
Yeah, it's the Tapper drone is not something that would be used right now, and he probably won't give it to, given the way things are happening, he's not going to give it to Twitch. But yeah, let me see. I think my Kenmushi has everything that's running on it. Nope. Dang it. Thought I put that in last session. Oh well.
As a side note, would this week of classes be sufficient justification for investing in pilot aircraft?
I'll actually have to have you roll for that one.
Alright.
And that'll be dependent on if you actually finish up asses.
Right.
So the way it's working is it's only going to be well, you can't do that. Never mind, take the first 4. So it has 1 success.
So it's taking a -2?
Yeah, I was going to say it's only going to have 2 programs running, but I think it needs more than that even to do what it's doing, because it needs covert ops, maneuver, and piloting. Piloting counts.
The pilot doesn't count as a separate program, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. I just didn't want to cheat, but then but does it? It would need clear sight though to figure out where to go. So I think it still has.
Essentially, it can do all of those things by itself. Like anything that it's normally designed to do, the pilot already can figure out. The autosofts just help.
Right. I was just trying to figure out how many.
Like the maneuver's probably not too important because you're not having it actually fly around anywhere.
Gotcha. All right. In that case, it's just it won't take any negatives. It's just using covert ops to get where it's going first, and then it will load up the other programs like scanner and I guess you know what? If it's doing that, it can use covert ops and adaptability because it has adaptability 3, not usually loaded, but it's in storage on it. I have to look up what the heck that does now.
Glad I went into the awakened world. That's so much easier to handle.
It really is.
Magic is so much easier than technology. Yeah, the adaptability just makes it more intelligent at handling commands. Like if you say something complex and it's like, I'm not sure the drone can understand that, go ahead and roll me as pilot. The adaptability adds to that.
Yeah,
right,
a good way to
what I
think of
thought.
autosofts is that they don't add functions, they just add dice to existing functions. Right?
Yeah, basically. There are some things that you couldn't really expect your thing to do without some modification, but once your drone's capable of something, like if it's designed to really do something, the autosoft's not necessary, it just helps.
Yeah, I think there's some where you do have to have it that are more specialized. Like I think E-Warfare, you might have to have that running just because its dog brain isn't going to know how to do it without the programming.
Right,
But,
for like certain things with E-Warfare, yeah, it would have to have the E-Warfare because it wouldn't normally be designed to do, but the electronic warfare would let it do. because that would be listed in the Electronic Warfare's autosoft. But for the most part, it's just really picking the couple that add dice. You don't have to have everything loaded up at the same time.
Fair enough then. In that case, then my first covert ops roll, the 2 successes, is what I rolled for it, because it'll get to that place, then it will load up the scanner program and the all the other ones. Pretty much scanner's the one it's going to be using.
The scan program's the one for detecting electronics.
Right. The reason it has that is because it has a MAD sensor to detect if anyone has a weapon or cybernetics that may or may not be going through that door. And it also has a... what's the other sensor it has on it?
I mean, it might be a good idea to pick up intel on regular security guards, stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's the wrong one. It has a radio signal scanner. It's the Fly Spy that has the friggin' MAD scanner. Get them all confused. I have too many darn drones.
Man, I'm so glad my character is part of the 1%.
Yeah. You don't need a program for the whatchamacallit, the radio signal scanner. You need I think it's electronic warfare for that. That said, just go ahead and throw me whatever your e-warfare autosoft rating and +6.
Okay, e-warfare +6, you say?
So that would be 10 dice.
The response on the Kenmushi is only 3, I think. So the e-warfare can only run at 3, I think. I mean, if you disagree, I can roll one more dice after that.
Nope. Right. So So it's 9 dice, and essentially, what else are you rolling? What else? What other types of things are it using to scan things? Because it'll be needing to roll them all. It'll be needing to use them all consistently. So, the coverts would need to stay loaded. The e-warfare so far, and then the clear sight.
You'll have to reconnect to the server too, apparently, Cripson.
Yeah, I'm doing that now. See, it doesn't like me this week.
I don't know what's going on. When I was testing it earlier, it worked fine.
Who knows? It's just goofy. So yeah, if it has those 3 going, it's going to take a -1 to those rolls because response is going to be diminished by 1.
Yeah, so go ahead and go give me 8 dice for the electronic warfare and I believe 5 dice in the end for the clear sight. And Twitch can go ahead and give me another perception roll for that day. And was there anything Truesayer wanted to do on the 13th, which I think is a Sunday?
In regards to the the surveillance of the building, I think Truesayer learned his lesson in regards to getting close to the building. I suppose what he'll actually do is since he can make out basic type, metahuman, spirit, what have you, just by glancing at things with astral perception, he would stick by a coyote and just use astral perception. Sort of like try to ascertain, is there just like one watcher that buzzes by every 30 minutes to an hour? Are there multiple watchers, especially in light of Trusair nuking one? How active is the sort of like the astral plane? Like, what sort of like the astral security is there? So like long-term surveillance on that front. And
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed how you came in with the astral. Like, did you walk on or did you fly in?
definitely not walking on. Going to be, I guess, staying in Coyote's vehicle and considering the short distance, I initially I was hoping to just sort of like view the astral world all the way from like 2 blocks down. I think I'll stick to like astrally zipping around, because that'll give me a better angles from which to view, just to sort of see, get a feel for like how many spirits fly by. I mean, obviously, whenever Salem came through, she didn't find any spirits. Whenever I came through with her, there were no spirits. I guess seeing how much buzz there might be in sort of like spirits watching over the flight school, especially after Trusair nuked one.
Well, when you get close, you'll see that there's one station now.
Okay, that's what that works.
Yeah, being spotted, and you don't know exactly the details of what went through whose head, but nuking a watcher, it's just sort of, maybe need to keep someone watching this.
Right, that attracts some attention. That's going to annoy Trusair a little bit, because he'll realize that his epic infiltration skills may have made the run a little bit more difficult. But, it's fine. Trusair's just gonna hang out, watch over the vehicle. If anyone tries to give Coyote any trouble, he'll act as muscle. Yeah.
Well,
It's cool. The SUV comes equipped with a Nintendo, so you can just hang out, play Nintendo.
yeah. Twitch notices nothing new. I mean, it looked around the place, but it's any details you're looking for. Nothing, at least as far as I can think of, jumps out you as exceptionally worth noting.
Nah, it's some sort of general surveillance. Maybe poking her head down a couple of extra hallways to add that to the map. Maybe recording some various like security guards and individuals, so that we might have some pre-existing intel if we end up coming in hot. That sort of stuff. Most of it's just going to be recording things that we can compile later.
Well, when
Something
you're
to...
coming...
Sorry, I apologize, Sean. Since we do have all of the footage from Twitch's Cyber Eyes from the day prior, that's actually something that Trusair can spend his time going through to see if Twitch actually looked at something or heard something, or what have you, that she actually didn't make sense of at the time.
It's true.
Well, unless you can think of any better rolls to make, I believe that would just be a perception roll. You wouldn't get your normal visual bonuses for any technological aids, though.
That's understandable. Absolutely. Let me go ahead and check to see something. Yeah, that's the roll. Alright. Nah, looks like she caught everything just fine on this day.
Yep, no magic, 12 successes on 11 dice this time. Nothing really strikes as exceptional about the place? I mean, it seems run-of-the-mill place as you're going in, coming out, just coming out. You notice a Horizon police officer, a couple of them. They're just walking in as you come out.
I noticed that?
Yeah, Twitch notices. The Coyote doesn't have his car in such a great position to have noticed the cop car roll in just before it did. The drone will notice it, but that'll be only after Twitch already has. And Truthsayer is sort of not in the area, except, nothing can do much to see things except the astral, and that's, very heavily guarded at the moment by a single Watcher spirit.
It's so heavily guarded, man. I couldn't possibly infiltrate that Watcher.
But yeah, Twitch will see them stepping in just as she's stepping out of the door. Any immediate response? You notice them before they notice you. They do look like they're looking for something.
So we're both stepping into the same area, or I've walked past them?
Did you see the foyer?
Oh shit, I was on the wrong map this whole time.
Yep. Go ahead and take a look at the foyer for
I'm switching over.
Yeah. Go ahead and, did you copy your token?
And back to the overworld.
Come on, Aaron, get your head in the game, man.